My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of Flushed Away. And this review will have spoilers, so there's your warning. But nobody ever talks about this movie, but they really should. This is a delightful movie. I loved it as a kid, and I just rewatched it, and it's still really good. So let's begin talking about the cast. And Hugh Jackman is fantastic in this movie. He just brings Rodney to life so perfectly, and he's charismatic and likable, and he brought plenty of personality to this movie. But then we've also got Kate Winslet as Rita, and I love her character, and she just nailed every single aspect. I love how she stands up for herself. She can be a badass, but she's also got a sweeter side, and I just thought she really stood out here. And I love the dynamic of these two characters and how different they are at first, but how their relationship grows and how they become better people as a result, and that is the best part of this movie. We've also got Bill Nye, who is a great, underrated actor, and he's completely unrecognizable here. He does not sound like Bill Nye typically does, but he is so hilarious. Every line delivery is just comedy gold, and he is a real standout. Andy Serkis also does a great job. He brought plenty of personality to his character. Ian McKellen doesn't do a bad job. I just don't really care for his character. It's a fine performance. Jean Reno does a good job. The frog is a very entertaining character, and he nails what he needed to. And Shane Ritchie is barely in this movie, but he still stands out, and he brings plenty of personality. So, the entire cast, for the most part, is a real strength of this movie, and I love the plot because on its surface, it is such a weird story. It really is. You've got this upper class rat who gets flushed down the toilet and he enters the sewers of London. But there's actually plenty here about class that is really well thought out, and how would you rather live a rich but empty life or a poor and more fulfilling life? And I think the way the movie explores that is very effectively done. And also how we've got a desire for adventure, and yeah, I don't know, some people might just call this movie simplistic, but I would say it's efficient. It explores those ideas and these characters so effectively that it kind of seems easy, but it's really not. And I think this movie is just so smartly written, it's filled with sharp dialogue, it's charming, and it is very funny. I laughed plenty of times watching it this time. I'm trying to even think of my favorite joke, but I think my favorite is, "We've got a peeping Tom over here." Tom? Tom Jones? It's really great. Or even a Millicent bystander. And yeah, this movie is a very entertaining watch. The world building is great. I like how they recreate London, but the sewers version of it. And the animation is CGI, which I do believe was a first for Aardman at this time, but they still capture that Aardman look so incredibly well, and the environments are brought to life so perfectly that it really does work for me. My issues with this movie is that some of the jokes don't land for me. I think the snails and they'll run away or their singing kind of got old for me. It feels more like the type of humor in this movie catered for kids. But my bigger issue with this movie is the climax. It's just kind of messy. Like, Ronnie is back home. He's kind of realized that he has screwed up. And then he realizes that they're going to flood underground London at halftime. And it just felt very, like, how did he get to that conclusion? It felt very far-fetched. And then he goes down, and there's 2 minutes left until halftime, and then there's like a 5-minute scene, and it's just like, don't do it like that. You didn't need to show 2 minutes on the screen. Show 7 minutes or something believable so I'm not taken out of this movie. And even when he falls back into the sewers, he falls in a completely different location, which I guess can happen, but it just felt like they wanted to get to the climax as quickly as possible. Like, hell, Rita gets captured and they don't even show it. Like, it just felt like they suddenly cut so many corners, and it just felt very messy to me. But the rest of the movie is great. I love it. I think it's a very entertaining and funny and charming and just a delightful movie. The cast all does a great job. I love Rodney and Rita as characters, and their dynamic is what carries this movie. I just wish the ending was better. But anyways, I'll give Flushed Away a 7.5 out of 10. Once again, the plot of a rat getting flushed down the toilet as the main hook, it's out there. So anyways, Flushed Away. Have you seen it? Have you been flushed away? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos soon. And Gavin